Hey, this is day 2 of this wildfire that's nearby. Stay tuned, I'll give you some more statistics and how I finally found out how it started. Yeah, we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hanson. Yes, day 2 of this wildfire, which is currently up to 1,553 some acres, and it's just right down the road. Now, currently, we're in level 2 evacuation. Level 1 is just be prepared. Level 2 is get ready to go. Level 3 is get the heck out of Dodge. Now, if you notice, I leave my gate open. We have an automatic gate. I just leave it open, and that is the custom when you live in a wildfire area that's accustomed to leave your gates open so fire crews can access your property, so law enforcement can access your property and get you guys out if you're not aware. And then another thing I do is I back my car in to get it ready to evacuate so we can just jump in the car and tear off and get out of here really quick. So that's leave the gate open, back your car in, get ready to go. Another thing that I do is I turn my sprinklers on, which are just around the house, because primarily the house I want to protect. The rest of the outbuildings, not so much. The livestock are going to be taken care of. If we need to evacuate, they'll be taken care of. I've got neighbors willing to come up and help us evacuate our critters to a safe place. We have an evacuation shelter set up. It's clear over for us, it's clear over in Gold Hill at the middle school. So if we're not going to go there, we're going to go to a hotel if we have to. But I got the sprinklers on. I have a 40-gallon-a-minute well. We're blessed to have such a powerful well. 3 sprinklers going simultaneously. Plus, I got the garden hose topping off the pond in the backyard, just in case one of these helicopters needs to dip some water out of that pond. They can have at it. Yeah, something I want to point out right here is this is what's falling on our homestead from that fire. These are charred leaves. Look how big that thing is. Now, the valley is really heavy with smoke right now because the wind is creating the smoke that's in our area. Later this afternoon, the wind will change directions and blow the smoke out so I can see exactly where the fire is. I just drove down to the end of the road to see what I could find out, and pretty much everybody down the road has evacuated. Of course, they're in the level 3 evacuation area. We're still level 2, but we're waiting. But unfortunately, we're kind of sitting ducks. We had Spectrum come up and install fiber optics, which is great, high-speed internet. But when the power goes out and the power company shuts down the power grid in wildfire areas, then our internet shuts down, our phone shuts down, and because we live in an isolated valley, there is no cell signal that gets in here. So everybody that lives up here is frustrated because we have zero communication, except for my neighbor across the street who has Starlink. So now with us living in such a critical location, especially nearby a wildfire, I wanted to point out that the fire did jump the road. Right now they're holding it on the other side of the main road over there. It's mainly on that hill, but it jumped the road down here, and I calculated from Google Maps when I still had internet how far away that fire was to the house. 1.6 miles, that's all folks. 1.6 miles, but they had fire crews on it like right now. They put it out, it hit a grassy area that was irrigated, so they were able to get that contained, get it under control, and get the fire back on the other side of the road. Have no idea how many homes are lost, if any are lost, but I do know how the fire started. It was a motor vehicle, somebody said a pickup, crashed into a utility pole, snapped the pole, put the wires on the ground, sparked the fire, and it went up the hill. So that's the direction the fire is coming from or going to. And the smoke is clearing out a bit. I can hear a helicopter over there right now. We might be able to see him here pretty quick. Yeah, I hear him right on the other side of the trees over there. We've had the big jet bombers dropping in the fire retardant on the fire line. We had 20 extra fire crew come in, and on each group of fire crew there's 20 people. So yeah, that's quite a few people. They have 4 dozers on the line. They have several water tenders. And I think my neighbor, Hayden, over here at Southern Oregon Safaris where the buffalo roam, he set up these big tanks and these hydrants to be able to refill these water tenders. So he's keeping that thing filled, and I'm sure he's gonna fill them up so they don't have to go too far to suck water out of the river, which is way far away. Now, since I've lived here, I've been working on fire mitigation because things like this happen. We live with an average of 3 wildfires per year, all within a 10-mile radius of the homestead. And I really am concerned about those within the 10-mile radius. And this one is, well, it's a little over 1.5 miles, but it's close enough. Check out the giant leaf that was blew over from that fire yesterday, but it landed on my gravel right here. So it didn't have a chance to ignite anything, and that's why we have an advantage right now. Can't do anything with the neighbor's property. That's all tinder dried grass, but I did resource this free corrugated thick tin roofing, and I laid it down along my fence so I at least have some shelter from flames encroaching upon my property here. Like I said, my primary goal is to protect the house. Now, all my outbuildings are coated in metal. They have a metal roof, and I've got all the fire debris cleaned up all the way around them. So if the fire gets onto the property, it'll just burn the grass, and it won't do much else. Now, I've had a couple of professional fire people on property inspecting to see what I've done for mitigation, and they said they would be comfortable staging right here on my farm because it's so well cleared. And they said that my neighbors should thank me because I created a buffer from them against the fires. Like, I did it right. But I had help with Marty Rainey and the Rainey family from Discovery's reality TV show Homestead Rescue.
My dad won't try to burn your house down to prove a point.
I've never seen anything like this.
Follow me.
Fires all around their homestead.
Get in the car. Where's your wife?
Jeremy!
Right here.
Now, they came in and put a metal roof on my house, a brand new metal roof, when they were here filming our episode. It was season 2, episode 2. The name of the episode is Honey, I Torched the Homestead. You can go to discoverygo.com and go to season 2 and check out our first episode. We've been in 4 film projects with the Rainies over the years. We did another one called Savage Wilderness, one of 5 homesteads that they had filmed that were the toughest homesteads, and ours was due to wildfires, living with wildfires. And then the final one aired Christmas Eve 1.5 years ago, and it's called Homestead and Chill, and just showed the upgrades that we did on our homestead since they were here. You can check those out on discoverygo.com. Some of them you can see free, like the Homestead and Chill. It's in, I think, season 13. I think it's a special. Just look for Homestead and Chill in the lineup. And if I can think of it, I'll leave links down below for those so you guys can check us out and see what's going on here on the homestead, see what we live with every single year. Now, my son Jeremy is a wildland firefighter, and he's currently assigned with a crew out of La Grande, Oregon. They were dispatched to Grand Junction, Colorado to battle a big fire down there. he had just called a little bit ago, or yesterday when we still had phone service. He called and said that he was down there for 5 days, and now their team is up closer to home. They're over near Boise, Idaho, battling a wildfire over there. Well, I'm your host, Jerry Hanson. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal homestead tucked high on the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest in a dead zone. No communications. And I'm not using fire signals. Nope, not using those. Stay tuned to more videos. You can do that by subscribing, clicking that bell icon. That'll alert you to new videos as I upload them. Give us a thumbs up. Share my videos on your social media platforms. Helps us out. Remember, be safe. Always be kind. I'll see you guys in my next episode. I don't know when I can upload this, not until we get communication back on. Yeah, and I'm going to look into Starlink in addition to the Spectrum fiber optics that we had. We'll see you guys. Be safe. Bye-bye.